This is House of Incest by Anaïs Nin. The morning I got up to begin this book, I coughed. Something was coming out of my throat. It was strangling me. I broke the thread which held it and yanked it out. I went back to bed and said, I have just spat out my heart. There's an instrument called the quena made of human bones. It owes its origin to the worship of an Indian for his mistress. When she died, he made a flute out of her bones. The quena has a more penetrating, more haunting sound than the ordinary flute. Those who write know the process. I thought of it when I was spitting out my heart. Only I do not wait for my love to die. My first vision of earth was water veiled. I am of the race of men and women who see all things through this curtain of sea, and my eyes are the color of water. I looked with chameleon eyes upon the changing face of the world, looked with anonymous vision upon my uncompleted self. I remember my first birth in water. All around me was sulphurous transparency, and my bones moved as if made of rubber. I sway and float, stand on boneless toes, listening for distant sounds, sounds beyond the reach of human ears, see things beyond the reach of human eyes, born full of memories of the bells of the Atlantide, always listening for lost sounds and searching for lost colors, standing forever on the threshold like one troubled with memories. Walking with a swimming stride, I cut the air with wide slicing fins and swam through wall-less rooms, ejected from a paradise of soundlessness, cathedrals wavering at the passages of a body, like soundless music. This Atlantide could be found only again at night, by the root of the dream. As soon as sleep covered the rigid new city, the rigidity of the new world, the heaviest portals slid open on smooth oiled gongs, and one entered the voicelessness of the dream, the terror and joy of murders accomplished in the silence of slidings and brushings. The blanket of water lying over all things, stifling the voice. Only a monster brought me up onto the surface by accident. Lost in the colors of the Atlantide, the colors running into one another without frontiers. Fishes made of velvet, of orangeadi, with lace fangs, made of spangled taffeta, of silks and feathers and whiskers, with lacquered flanks and rock crystal eyes. Fishes with withered leather, with gooseberry eyes like the white of egg. Flowers palpitating on stalks like sea hearts, none of them feeling their own weight. The seahorse moving like a feather. It was like yawning. I loved the ease and the blindness of the suave voyage on the water, bearing one through obstacles. The water was there to bear one like a giant bosom. There was always the water to rest on, and the water transmitted the lives and the loves, the words and the thoughts. Far beneath the level of the storm, I slept. I moved within color and music as inside a sea diamond. There were no currents of thoughts, only the caresses of flows and desires mingling, touching, traveling, withdrawing, wandering, the endless bottoms of peace. I do not remember being cold there, nor warm, no pain of cold and heat, the temperature of sleep, feverless and chillless. I do not remember being hungry, food seeped through invisible pores. I do not remember weeping. I felt only the caress of moving into the body of another, absorbed and lost within the flesh of another, lulled by the rhythm of water, the slow palpitation of the senses, the movement of silk. Loving without knowingness, moving without effort, in the soft current of water and desire, breathing in ecstasy of disillusion. I awoke at dawn, thrown upon a rock, the skeleton of a ship choked in its own sails.